Joran Sloot, remember him? This smarmy guy who could care less about a mother's pain. He's going to be extradited to the United States finally, and it's going to happen in June. Nearly 2 decades later, Joran Sloot, prime suspect in the disappearance of Natalee Holloway during her May 2005 senior class trip to Aruba, is now facing extradition to the United States for wire fraud and extortion charges. Comes after he allegedly tried to sell Natalee's mother, Beth Holloway, information leading to where her daughter's body was located. The Peruvian government ruled earlier this month that he would be temporarily extradited to face trial in the US. Newsflash, you're never gonna get him back, okay? Federal prosecutors say Sloot asked for $250,000, $25,000 up front for the information, and the rest being paid out when the body of Natalee Holloway was positively identified. Sloot lied about Natalee Holloway's whereabouts, prosecutors said. More adding insult to injury. His lawyer, Maximo Altez, telling Fox News Digital that Sloot has worldwide fans who send him money monthly while he's in prison. Altez says Sloot responds to all women who send him letters. All his fans from all over the world sent letters to Joran. I rented him a PO box to receive them. Some letters brought 10 euros, 20 euros, $5. They were girls who wrote and sent him letters with money, and he answered them all, Altez said. Altez added that Sloot receives around $400 per month. Now you may be wondering why the extradition is taking place now after so much time has passed. Well, we're going to tell you. During a recent Fox News broadcast, Nancy Grace, who's been following the case extensively, broke down how she believes additional pressure was put on Peruvian officials with a treaty dating back to 2001, which allows Sloot to face prosecution in the US since he's already a convicted murderer. He's currently serving time for the 2010 murder of 21-year-old Stephanie Flores. She went on to detail how in Peruvian prison, he's had access to sex, drugs, and alcohol at will behind bars, adding that he's even gotten married and had children while incarcerated as well. In a statement to Fox News Digital, Beth Holloway shared that the extradition gives a chance for justice to finally be served. I was blessed to have had Natalee in my life for 18 years. And as of this month, I have been without her for exactly 18 years. She would have been 36 years old, Beth Holloway said. It has been a very long and painful journey, but the persistence of many is going to pay off. Together, we are finally getting justice for Natalee. I feel this mother's pain. It's beyond pain. This punk is tortured. He tortured her. That's what he was doing here. And let him have him. When he gets back here, who cares? I do think the Natalee Holloway case has larger implications because there was so much focus on this one beautiful blonde woman. There was an obsession, and it's not an easy thing to verbalize coming off a mother who's now been without her daughter, as she said, same amount of time her daughter was alive. She should be here. But this case, and even the doggedness of it, not letting it go all these years later, teaches us something about who's important and who deserves longevity, if not in life, with the system eyeballing their day in court. Jordan, what do you think about all of this?
This was it took me back to the early 2010s. I remember when this was a huge national story. Also, hearing Nancy Grace's name again is just kind of jarring. This is somebody who, I think we were all familiar with seeing on TV every single night talking about all of these different murder cases. I feel bad for her family and that they have to have their wounds reopened and deal with this again. I hope they can find peace if they haven't found it yet soon. But one thing that really stood out was this apparent parasocial relationship that people have developed with the alleged killer, sending him money, developing these weird relationships with him. And he's not alone. Like, this happens whenever there's an alleged criminal in the news frequently, that people become obsessed with them. And I don't know what it says about human behavior or how people think and consume the news, but it's a really nasty trait that we see time and time again. Like, people would write to Charles Manson, fell in love with Charles Manson and tried to marry him while he was locked up. It's so bizarre. It's all very, very strange.
Yeah, it is. Scott Peterson, the Menendez brothers, they're having a lot of luck, okay? And no one needs beer goggles. They are getting women to marry them and pay them, and it is sick. I wish the Holloway family, Beth Holloway, all the love in the world. This one has finally got to face it all. I hope it happens.